Hey everyone, it's Mark with Mark's Virtual Real Estate Channel, back with another Upland video. And I'm just talking about our lazy node here, Neponsit, in the contest we're announcing again because we already built another building real quick, or at least it will be done real quick. But I wanted to go over Buenos Aires in the city release. The release is Thursday, which is 2 days from now. And it's the first release we've had in a while. So I'm going to do some research and figure out where I think might be some good places to buy, because literally I have no idea. And I'll do some of that here and show you how I figure that out. All right. Love the likes, love the comments, love the shares. Keep those coming. Love seeing new subscribers as well. Here's Rio, where it was our last city release. And I've sold a few properties in Rio, but really not that many. And I mentioned it before, I've got a lot of kind of beachfront stuff too. I thought would sell. I don't have crazy markups on them, and they just have not been. So we'll see what Buenos Aires does. I think the fact that this was the fourth release for Rio, that's just weird, right? I think I can understand them releasing some in stages, but having 87 different releases just doesn't seem like a good idea to me. And Buenos Aires is going to follow the same suit with having 6 neighborhoods released, and they have a total of 48. So I'm like, are you guys going to do 8 releases? That just, I don't know. That seems real weird to me. And hopefully it's not just Upland being a little bit lazy and be like, oh, we're going to design this whole city. I know it takes a lot of work, a lot of time to plot out these lots and do everything, but we're going to just pretend it's a new city release by doing 8 city releases within one city that we've already plotted out and planned. So, I mean, I don't know. I think that's a little bit sketchy if that's the reason they're doing it, but could be because they're trying to keep prices up. Who knows? But one of the issues with that is prices are too high. That's not going to be good for anybody on these city releases. I think they do the best when prices are lower. So we'll see how all that works. But how do we search for, let's see. I want to see. What Upland's neighborhoods are. Sorry, I got distracted as I get distracted by inflation a lot. All right, so we click right here, and we can enter to Upland's news center, and they'll tell us where it is, and all the information, which I talked about before, but released on Thursday, 17,000 properties, 6 neighborhoods, 1 will be FSA only. Like I said, a total of 48 neighborhoods, which is just crazy. They're supposed to be doing have they picked they probably haven't done the registration yet for the terminals, I'm guessing. Starts in 1 hour, 52 minutes. Nope, not yet. So I can't imagine I would get one. That would be super lucky, but just in case, we'll keep an eye on that. And when you register for those terminals in airports, trains, you have to do it on the web version. So if you don't ever see that there and you say people are telling you, oh, register for the terminal train station, and you don't see it on your mobile app, that's because those have to be done on your PC or your phone. So if you don't see them, that's why. All right, so here are the neighborhoods that we're seeing in Buenos Aires. And if we go back to here, we can see it's kind of this area. We'll go back there again. How far do we go? Am I zoomed way out? Okay, so it looks like this area right in here is kind of the Buenos Aires area for where the neighborhoods. This will be the FSA one. We don't care about this one. These will be the ones we're focusing on. So how would I figure out where I want to buy here? Well, for one, it's a 17,000 property release, which is very, very small. So my guess is it's going to sell out really, really, really fast, just immediately. Buying anything anywhere will probably be advantageous. You can probably sell it right away. That's what I would do. I think as time goes on and they release more and more properties, your properties will be worth less and less. And I follow the strategy of buying during the release and selling them before contests if I can. That's what I've done ever since I really started the game. And then, so anything along the coast is also probably going to be really good. If you can get anything along the coast on the water, that's going to be worth a lot more as well. Probably able to sell that, flip that pretty easily for quite a bit of money. Now, besides that, Upland will have, collections, right? They'll pick a couple of neighborhoods. There'll be collections. They'll pay more UPEX, more rent. They'll be worth more as well. There's only 6 neighborhoods, so That just seems weird to me. They're only doing 6 because it makes good collections, right? You might only have. Does that look better? Whoa. What's going on here? Now we're messing up. You'll only have, 2 of these. Or maybe 3 might be collections. That's it. So we're kind of depending on streets. But with only 6 neighborhoods and, that few properties, what streets are there going to be? Like this street right here, Paseo del Bajo, obviously looks like a major collection street along the water right there. It just pops out at me without even knowing anything about the city. So streets along the coast are something to look out for like that. That's the only one that really, maybe one of these roads along here, if this is a road that stretches along the river, might be one. Pedro de Mendoza, that would be an interesting curvy street that goes along there. So that's kind of what we look at first, is the geographics of the area where properties might be worth more. You can also look at where there's lots of named properties. See, if we scroll in, we can see named properties. There's kind of stuff randomly all over. I'm not seeing like a whole cluster of stuff. Maybe in here. This kind of looks like an interesting area here with the churches, theater, cafe, another theater. So maybe just this road, Avenida de Mayo, might be a good one. But that's just some things to look at without doing any research. Then you can come along, and there's our Discord. Just say, famous streets in Buenos Aires. I'm glad Google spelled that for me. And then we can see there's going to be a couple different links we can click on and just see what the famous streets are and see if they add up to where. Let's see if we can get a map on where they're at. No, lots of camera equipment because we're getting a new camera for my store. Google is so smart. Oh, look, there's a map. Is that it? Yes, that's it. Okay, so it's a big street right along the middle there, right there. Okay, there you go. This is like the #1 famous street according to this website. But we have to check here and say, is that in this? There might be. Yep, there might be some areas down here that have that one, maybe up here that have that street. So that could be a street that would be very popular. And it's really this simple for me doing research. Florida Street. And I really like how they have this map feature too, where I can see where it's at. Oh, Florida Streets. Oh, right by the Plaza del Mayo, right where we were looking before, which was, if I scroll out here, down here, where's Florida Street? I don't see it now. We just saw it. Out just a little bit. Oh, that angled one, is that what it is? Nope. It's got to be here somewhere. But this is always a tricky part. It's crazy how tricky it is to actually find. Oh, this little street right there? Okay. Some of these streets, when you have no idea, anything about the area. And, okay, so that's just a real small street that I can't find. And there's always the pressure of, I still can't find it. People watching my video, too. Florida, right between there. There's Plaza del Mayo. We go here. It's just a little tiny street. That might be the problem. It's just so small. It's hardly showing up on the map. It must be right in here. Or maybe it's not even on this. That's weird. It might not even be on this grid, which means, oh, that right there? No, Peru. So that would be probably a really good one if it was here. If it existed on the map, unless I'm looking at the wrong spot, but that sure looks like where it would be. A real small downtown street like that is perfect for a very exclusive collection. But if it doesn't exist on Upland, that makes it a little trickier. So we can just keep strolling down here and kind of seeing what neighborhoods are the most popular here. What streets? That one's up there. So that one, again, Alcora. That might be one to look at as well. Right up here somewhere. Oh, this is trickier than I thought. President Figueira Alcorda by those parks. Okay. That's what I just was looking at. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. So another street right there, which probably will hit some of those collections up here. And so you can just kind of go on down the list and keep looking at different streets that might be collections. Other things you can do. You can also go to other channels like Upland Analysis, some of those guys, and see what they say, what they think as far as neighborhoods, different things, different ideas they have for what collections there might be. Lots and lots of different ways. Another street right there. There's another real small one. Kind of a cool area. That's a cool area right there. All the parks and everything and neat stuff. That might be a neat area. So, yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. So, this in general could be lots of hotels, lots of different stuff in here. This area right here could be a very valuable area. So that's something to look at. I won't go through every single street on here. And then something else I normally look at, which I don't see a whole lot of opportunity maybe here, is the size of a neighborhood, right? If you've got a small neighborhood, sometimes they have a better chance of being exclusive, rare collection, and is that, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that might all be the same, or is this the same one? So I don't even see that one maybe. There might be one of these, like this one might have a very few properties because it's on the coast like that, and sometimes you see, you know, very few properties in areas like with marinas and water. So maybe that could be one of them that's real exclusive. But for right now, I'm not seeing something that jumps out at me like that with the small areas. So next step is to see who gets to airports, where those airports go, and then make our way over there to fly there. And I always suggest people do that sooner rather than later, just because they can run out of tickets and different stuff. And make sure now that you're probably in an area with an international airport so you can get there quickly. I'm in Queens, which I can hop the train right over to JFK, head down there, and usually travel's free for a free release or a new release like this. So that makes it a little easier too. All right, so there's just some of my tips, hints, ideas for doing a city release, doing your research, and figuring out where you might want to buy, what areas to target. All right, let me know what you think, what areas you think might be cool in Buenos Aires, or if you're from Buenos Aires and have any ideas, love to hear what you think as well too. And we'll see how this one goes. We'll be back here on Thursday, if not sooner, and film everything that's going on there. All right, love the likes, love the comments, love the shares. Keep those coming, and be back soon.